Prologue Go Wayback is an early access walking simulator. No, that's not a joke. That's pretty much what it is. It's also a hardcore survival game tied in there as well. The main objective of this game is pretty simple. You start in an isolated cabin in the middle of the woods, and your job is to make it to a radio station. Now, you have absolutely no way of knowing how to get to this radio station, but it's up to you to figure out how to read the map, which way to traverse, what's going to be the safest option, and you can only do it once, because every single time you reload, the map changes. So it makes it pretty difficult to sort of track your way and learn how to do it quickly, with the map changing every single time, as well as the location of the radio tower also changing. So even if you get a similar variation of map, the location of the radio tower will be somewhere completely different. You have to face storms, nights, the cold, the wildlife, absolutely everything. It is quite a hardcore survival game, as well as some people that have said it's a little bit boring. And if you are into that sort of hack and slash, chop trees down, face bad guys, all of that stuff, this is not the game for you. You are out in the wilderness, you are just surviving and making it to a relay station or radio station, and that's the whole objective. That's because this is basically a test for a bigger bunch of systems that are going to go into a sort of massive survival game. That is the end goal. Now, this is developed by PlayerUnknown Productions, which, yes, are the guys that make PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, PUBG. Awesome game, absolutely love it. It was one of my favourites. I played it for far too many hours. But the developer of that, or the owner of that company, wants to basically make a massive world-size survival RPG, the game of all games. And all of these games leading up to it are tests for the tech that will allow that to be implemented. And Prologue Go Wayback is basically the walking version. Can they get the walking right and the world right? And so far, I'd say yes. The game looks absolutely gorgeous, it is stunning, and the survival elements are really detailed, as well as the main gameplay functions. Now, we've covered this game a little bit in the past. We played some of their early access periods and their betas, and I enjoyed it. Yes, it is a little bit like just walking through the woods. It can be pretty boring if it's not your type of game. But if you are into those hardcore survival elements of just surviving out in the wilderness, then I'd highly recommend checking this out. There's currently a beta available, and that beta is going to be running until the game launches into early access on the 20th of November. Now, all of the features that I've already mentioned are obviously in the game, but with this November the 20th update, there's going to be tons more features being dropped in to make it a little bit better. We don't know what the price is going to be, or what type of pricing they're going to go with. I don't think it's going to be expensive. I'd probably say about 10 to 15 quid in early access. But with their release date of November the 20th, they're moving Prologue Go Wayback into its early access phase, and they want to thank the community for continuously testing the game and sharing their ideas. Now, nothing is getting the team more excited than that final 20th of November early access launch. They haven't said how long it's going to be in early access, but I'd imagine sort of 6 to 12 months. That's normally for a decent dev team that have a track record and aren't just out to continually scam people or push out false stuff to get them to buy the game that is nothing of what the developers are actually adding. Then yeah, probably 6 to 12 months is a good window. Now, with early access, they're adding several new game modes. One of them is Go Wayback, the default mode, surviving and making your way to the weather tower, and then another objective is just purely survival. Challenge yourself and survive for as long as possible with the limited resources available. Then there's free roam. Explore at your own pace without worrying about starvation, dehydration, or hypothermia. So basically being able to go out there, explore the wilderness, explore the map that they have created, and just enjoy the surroundings, which this game does have a really good way of allowing you to do that. The map looks absolutely incredible. It is huge. I think it's 16 by 16 kilometers. I'm not 100% sure on that one now. I don't know whether it's going to change with the early access update, but yeah, it is massive. It's going to take you a hell of a long time to get across it, but overall just looks cool. It's great to explore. It's just like going for a walk in the wilderness, and if you're into that kind of thing, then you'll probably enjoy the surroundings of this game. As well as that, they're going to be adding custom game settings. New custom game settings menu, which is going to allow you to further customize each run. tweak various dev settings like the weather types, adjusting spawn rates for consumables, day or night settings, and then much more. As well as that, for people that do want to tinker a little bit under the hood, they've also got a map editor, which they've been testing in the background for a while, and it will be available to the public with the early access release. You'll be able to draw your own rivers, water bodies using the in-game map designer, or you can import any PNG image from your system and turn it into a map. We plan to keep improving the editor throughout early access. And I think that's going to be something that really does shine for this game, where being able to just create that beautiful scenic map is something people are going to spend a lot of time doing. The community is going to do some pretty cool stuff, I reckon, when this does come out. As well as that, a very good feature that I wish they'd included earlier, and that is the ability to save. Unfortunately, they couldn't have a save game in any of the states. So if you don't make it to the Watchtower, then any of the previous versions, your progress was just done. That was it. You have to start again every single time. But they've said it's a lot trickier to do that with their guided generation system. And that means things don't always end up being in the same place. So they're doing final testing on the save system ahead of rolling it out with the early access launch. As well as that, also map seed sharing. Amazing sunset view from a mountaintop or an amazing view of the rivers. You'll be able to share that map seed with your friends so they can also experience that for themselves. Now, in the dev letter, the team continue to say it's going to be available for a price of $19.99 US dollars and 19.99 euros. So about 20 quid. So I reckon probably 17 in Great British pounds, which that's not much these days. That 17 quid's going to get you a ham sandwich. Our economy is shit. It's depressing, but there's always money for games. Now, some of the new features that will be available in early access have gone live on the open beta with an open beta update. They're testing the new game modes of survive and free roam, and they've added some new items such as new flashlights, which require a little effort such as hand cranking, and others have different distances and beam widths, which will allow you to see further into the environment. As well as that, rivers are getting updated with more variety in profiles and improved tree, grass and rock placement, so the world does feel much more realistic. So decent stuff has gone into this update as it is. Overall, the game in its early access phase or beta phase is really enjoyable. I'd recommend getting into the playtest and beta now whilst you can. Test it out before you make a decision as to whether you want to buy it or not. It will be running up until the game launches on the 20th. I don't think they're planning on taking it down or removing the beta. They've said nothing about that yet, so I'd assume it's just going to stay up with the early access version so you can test it, see if you want to buy it. Whether they'll limit it to sort of you can only play for so many hours or something like that, not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see what they do with that. But overall, pretty good game. I'd recommend checking it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you looking forward to Prologue Go Wayback, or are you going to skip this one and wait and see what their next project is? I'd imagine the next project will have all of this stuff embedded in it, alongside a little bit more such as combat, exploration and actual survival elements. But we'll have to wait and see what the PlayerUnknown team is working on next. For now, we're going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you have, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for much more survival. If you want to see some RPG titles, the link tree in the description down below. We are currently playing through The Outer Worlds 2. I'm absolutely loving it. So hop on over there and subscribe to that channel. But for today, we are going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. I've been Wired, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.